Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie Esther here, and today Dead by Daylight announced that in 2024 they're going to change the way that they're packaging DLCs and pricing older characters, which is going to be a good thing for brand new players as well as some of the existing player base, because it alleviates the barrier to entry and allows you to obtain some of the older characters more easily and more inexpensively. So let's go ahead and read through this plan here. Starting on January the 8th, we'll be serving up new ways to save on original chapter DLCs with the Gold Edition, including 3 new DLC packs and a permanent price reduction on select original DLC characters in the in-game store. Learn more here. So we have a couple of links. Let's look at the graphic here. It says, before January 8th, this will be your last chance to buy selected DLCs individually during our sales. And starting on January the 8th, you can buy the 3 new DLC packs. So the packs are called the Maddening Darkness Pack, which includes Flesh and Mud, Curtain Call, Spark of Madness, and Shattered Bloodline. Old Wounds Pack includes Darkness Among Us, Cursed Legacy, Demise of the Faithful, and Chains of Hate. And the Macabre Tales Pack includes Descend Beyond, All Kill, Binding of Kin, and Hour of the Witch. So let's go ahead and read through these FAQs here. So learn more. So this is the link to the official Dead by Daylight website here, and it talks about the Gold Edition. Updates and releases. Dead by Daylight introduces Gold Edition and DLC packs loaded with original chapters. Are you still waiting to pull the trigger on Chains of Hate? Got your eye on another original chapter to round out your collection? There's no better time to make it yours. On January the 8th, Dead by Daylight will introduce new DLC packs as a way for players to save on a wide selection of original chapters. Moving forward, original chapters beginning with Flesh and Mud up to the Hour of the Witch will only be available as part of our 3 new DLC packs. The Maddening Darkness Pack, Old Wounds Pack, and the Macabre Tales Pack. So after that, you won't be able to buy the DLCs individually. You'll only be able to get them as bundles. While the chapters themselves will no longer be sold individually in first-party stores, their killers, survivors, and cosmetics will always be available for purchase in our in-game store. Killers and survivors associated with these chapters will also be reduced to 50% of their original price as of January the 8th. The pack drops next month, but we're giving you the heads up now so you can still take advantage of our current sales and pick up any individual chapters you might be missing. So if you're looking at one of these packs and you're like, well, I already own 2 out of the 3 or 3 out of the 4, whatever it is, you can pick up the odd one out on sale before this new thing goes into effect in January. In addition to the DLC packs, Dead by Daylight is releasing the Gold Edition to offer players the chance to nab multiple original chapters at a discounted price by bundling them together for the first time. The Gold Edition will include all 3 of the new DLC packs, and with its huge roster of killers and survivors, stands as the best way for players to experience Dead by Daylight's original content. So I think that's going to be like 23 characters altogether. If you got questions, we've got answers. Check out our Gold Edition and DLC packs FAQ for full details. Here's a breakdown of the Gold Edition and each of our 3 new DLC packs, all available January the 8th at 11 a.m., as well as a reminder of when our current sales end for all platforms. So there's Maddening Darkness. Now, it says this is only available on Steam, Windows, and Epic, and the reason for that is because on consoles, the console-based game of Dead by Daylight includes the Flesh and Mud chapter and the Spark and Madness. That's the Pagan Ace and the Doctor and Fung Min. Those are bundled together with the base game. On Windows and Epic and Steam, those are separate DLCs. So those aren't included with the base game. That's why you can't buy this pack on console, because you already have half the content built into your game. And then it also has Curtain Call, which is Clown and Kate, and Shattered Bloodline, which is the Spirit and Adam Francis. Oh, so yeah, so then it says here, yeah, Flesh and Mud and Spark of Madness are already included as part of the base game on PlayStation and Xbox. All 4 of the above chapters are already included as part of the base game on Switch. I didn't know that. I didn't know Switch gets all 4 of those. That's pretty cool. All right, so there's your Maddening Darkness pack there. Old Wounds, Darkness Among Us. That is the Legion and Jeff. Demise of the Faithful. That's Plague and Jane. Cursed Legacy, that is the Oni and Yui, and Chains of Hate, that is the Deathslinger and Zarina. And then Macabre Tales, Descend Beyond, that is the Blight and Felix, Binding Akin, that is Charlotte and Victor and Elodie. All Kill, that is the Trickster and Yunjin, and Hour of the Witch is Michaela. All right. For those interested in purchasing these chapters individually, don't forget our current first-party sales end January 2nd on Xbox, and January 4th on Steam and Switch, January 5th on PlayStation, and January 7th on Epic. So it doesn't talk about how much, like, the gold was include all of those, right? Is that going to be even cheaper? All right, let's go and check out this gold edition FAQ that they have here. Okay, gold edition FAQ. I'm going to have links to both of these in the description of the video if you want to look them over yourself. This takes us to the forums where they have these frequently asked questions here. When will the individual DCs that are part of the new DLC packs leave the first-party stores? All original chapter DLC leading up to and including the Hour of the Witch will leave first-party stores on January the 8th when the new DLC packs are released, those bundles. The individual characters will remain available to purchase in the in-game store. Will I be able to buy the individual DLCs at a discounted price before they leave? We'll be holding sales on multiple platforms during the month of December to allow you to buy the individual DLCs at a discounted price before they leave. See your individual platform stores for details. Will I be able to buy individual DLCs at full price after the sale ends? After January the 8th, all DLCs included in these new bundled DLC packs will not be purchasable as individual DLCs, but you will still be able to buy the individual characters from the in-game store. What happens to the individual DLCs that I've bought and that are in my inventory? Nothing at all. Everything that you have already purchased remains in your inventory and will not be affected by this change. I already bought the DLCs, but the recolored cosmetics were not included. How can I get access to those cosmetics? The recolored cosmetics can be purchased individually from the in-game store if you already own the DLCs or do not wish to purchase the new DLC packs. So I'm guessing this is talking about those cosmetics that were like the bonus item if you bought the DLC, starting with the chapter Curtain Call with the clown and Kate. Every DLC from there forward had a bonus cosmetic like Kate's white slip dress. I'm assuming they're saying that these bonus items are going to go into the store now, like Felix's gold jacket, things like that. They're all going to be purchasable now in the in-game store. Will I be able to buy new chapters as individual DLCs going forward, or do I have to wait for the new pack to become available? New chapter DLCs will remain available for purchase individually. The Maddening Darkness, Old Wounds, and Macabre Tales packs bundle all of our original characters leading up to and including Hour of the Witch. So things that came after that, like the Knight and Vittorio, that will remain in individual DLC. That's what that's talking about here. Are any DLCs being removed from the store entirely? No. Players will be able to purchase all the characters and cosmetics separately from the in-game store. What is included in each new DLC pack? Each pack includes 4 original chapter DLCs with their related original killers and survivors, and additional outfits for each character, and 4 exclusive items. So those bundled DLC packs will include those bonus items like I talked about, like Kate's white slip dress, etc. Those will be included with the DLC bundles. Are there packs that include licensed chapters? No. Licensed chapter DLCs will remain available for purchase individually, and individual characters and their cosmetics can also be purchased from the in-game store. So that's things like the Ghostface chapter, Leatherface chapter. Those are all going to remain individual. Ash Williams chapter, etc. If I have parts of the content of a pack and I only want to purchase the parts I don't have, will I be able to buy the pack at a discounted price after this sale ends? After January 8th, we will be decreasing the price of all original chapter DLC content leading up to and including the Hour of the Witch in the in-game store, so players will have the option to purchase individual characters for 250, why am I making a video, for 250 Auric cells or 4,500 iridescent shards after the release of these DLC packs. Outside of the in-game store, those original chapter DLCs will be available for purchase as the new DLC packs and pricing will remain the same whether you own part of the pack's content or not. So if you have some of the DLC that are in these bundles, you're going to be better off to buy through the in-game store. So they're reducing the price of these by half. Normally, to buy a character, it's 500 org cells or 9,000 iridescent shards. And this is probably the most important component of this, because right now, through the daily login rewards, they're giving out 3,000 iridescent shards. And we also have that in-game redemption code, thank you for 60M, which is thanking everyone for the 60 million players who have played Dead by Daylight. That gives you 1 million blood points, as well as 6,000 iridescent shards. So the 6,000 shards from that code and the 3,000 shards that you're getting from the daily login calendar, that's 9,000 shards, which we thought that would be enough to buy you 1 original character, but it's actually going to be enough to buy you 2 if it's anybody who came before Michaela, right? So select characters, you won't be able to get, Renato and Thalita with your 9,000 shards, but you would be able to get Yunjin and Michaela, for example. So that's going to be a great value. I'm very happy about this change. Is the pack price the same as if I were to buy all the DLCs individually at full price? No, buying a pack is still more economical. Is still a more economical option than buying 4 individual DLCs, since you get all the additional outfits and exclusive items for a fraction of the price. You can still purchase the characters and their outfits separately from the in-game store if you don't want to commit to the 4 chapter DLCs included in each pack. Why bundle purchases instead of applying the discounted price to the individual items so we can pick and choose what we want? We've decided to bundle purchases into new DLC packs to provide a more convenient and streamlined purchasing experience for players moving forward as we continue to add content to Dead by Daylight. However, we're also pairing this change with a discount on all original characters, leading up to and including the Hour of the Witch in the in-game store. Will players on the PlayStation and Xbox still have the option to buy Curtain Call and Shattered Bloodline DLCs separately on first-party stores, since they aren't part of any new DLC packs for those platforms? No, unfortunately not. This is important. The content of those DLCs will only be available for purchase via the in-game store for PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch players. And that's the end. So, for Xbox, and PlayStation and Switch, well, didn't they say that that one was included? Wait, didn't they say that that Switch has those included, right? So this only applies to PlayStation and Xbox. Like the Clown chapter, the Curtain Call, you're only going to be able to buy those characters in the in-game store because the bundle isn't available. Interesting. Okay, so I know there's going to be a lot of people out there who are going to go, great, I paid full price for all this and now it's half price. Yeah, but you've had it for several years. Probably going to be an outlier there that's like, I just bought this DLC for full price last month and now I could have gotten it cheaper. That's going to be unavoidable. But overall, this is a good decision by the developers, and I'll tell you why. As they layer on chapter after chapter after chapter, the barrier for entry for someone new to get to the game is very daunting, especially with a lot of the valuable perks that are in the game locked behind additional DLC purchases beyond just buying the base game. So this is going to help those brand new players get introduced to the game, gather quick characters more quickly. Even existing players will be able to gather older characters more quickly, and that's a good thing for the community at large. One of the things you definitely don't want is you don't want to have new players turned away because of the vast amount of content necessary to pick up to join the community in any instrumental way. So we want the community to be healthy. We want as many people as possible to be able to catch up to the rest of us with content so that we can have a full, well-rounded community, and that helps all of us. The more players we have in the game, that helps all of us. So, this is going to help those players who are just coming in to get those characters that they need, where they can get off the record, or windows of opportunity, or corrupt intervention, discordance, ruin, all of these things, right? No way out, all those perks that you might give you an edge to compete rather than bare bones. The perks that you get with the characters that are included with the game. This is going to encourage them to stick around and play more. So I think this is a good decision overall to take all of this older content. Now people are saying, well, what about the Night chapter and what about Skull Merchant chapter? I think probably as another calendar year passes, they'll have another bundle, things like that they'll go through, and as we've progressed year after year, they'll create more bundles and discount more characters further so that they can keep up with this. Because if you're brand new, it's just such a treadmill to jump on. It's like jumping on a treadmill that's going at max speed to try and catch up. So they needed to do something to alleviate the cost and the grind. You know, I know everybody says, well, you can get all this stuff for free. You just need to play enough, but that is a daunting amount to earn 9,000 shards for each of the, what did we say, 23 characters here? I said I'm making a video. Each of the 23 characters alone here with the 9,000 shards, that is a daunting amount of play time. For people like me who have played for 7.5 years, it's been easy to pick away at all this bit by bit. But if you're coming in right now, it's just so daunting the amount of grind that is necessary, and I appreciate that the devs are alleviating what I perceive to be this barrier of entry so that we can continue to grow the game and get that number from 60 million up even higher. This is a good decision for all of us. It may not be good for you personally. It may not help you in your pocketbook personally because you might have all this stuff, but for the community at large, I assure you, this is a good thing, and I'm happy to see it. It's something that I have been banging the drum for some time. So I'm happy to see that the devs have come up with some kind of a way to alleviate the cost and grind for players. And yeah, it's a good thing. That's all I have to tell you today. Thank you so very much for watching. As always, I appreciate the time that you spend here with me on my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know, what do you think about this whole plan with these DLC bundles? How does this affect you personally? Are you happy to see it? Are you upset that stuff that you bought is now people are going to be able to get it cheaper than you got it? Like, let me know what you think. Don't forget to take care of each other in and out of the fog, and we'll see you next time. Happy holidays, everybody. Bye-bye. It's a Gen Rush life for us. It's a Gen Rush life for us. Set a hiding, we do gens. Set a randoms, we got friends. It's a Gen Rush life.